right, man. So the 76ers sent Kenyon Martin Jr. and 2 second-round picks to the Pistons as a salary dump. They dumped around $8 million of Kenyon Martin Jr. salary to the Pistons. So I think they had about $14 million available in cap. Now they got about $6 million available in cap room. So I really think it was a dump for Philly. And, what did they get out of it? Nothing. Nothing really. Kenyon Martin Jr., good defender, athletic guy, starting to shoot the ball a little bit better. Don't know a lot about him. So, they still got $6 million in cap room. So I don't think anything significant is going to happen. And you see a lot of Detroit fans, when trades come up, the whole thing about Myles Garrett on the Lions side of the sports spectrum in Detroit, people saying, Lions don't make these type of deals, and their definition of big deals, it's not our definition of big deals. So for reality, I don't see any major player coming to Detroit. In general, it just never happens. I mean, you got to think about the greatest trade was Mark Aguirre, and he was troubled, and Rasheed Wallace. One of the greatest pickup free agency wise in Detroit, was Golden Tate, and he only signed here because it was a receiver-rich draft. Odell Beckham, Mike Evans, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins, just to name a few, and he got snowed in Detroit. So, yeah, I feel him. I don't think anything major gonna happen. So, I mean, it is what it is. I think they're gonna rock out with Cade, rock out what they've been rocking out with, and I just think they're going to just continue to trust the process of drafting. So yeah, I don't see a significant splash coming. And that's the norm with Detroit. Yeah, outside of Iverson, I forgot, but a lot of people they ain't like that trade. But like it or not, the Pistons, the going to work Pistons was done when Ben Wallace went to Chicago. When the Pistons were too cheap to give Ben Wallace a couple more $1 million. But Kenyon Martin Jr., he fits, 26 years old. He pretty much fit what they need. Athletic, can defend, an improving shooter, but not a shooter. He's an improving shooter. So it is what it is. So they still got $6 million. I don't know what they're going to do with that. I don't know if they're going to swing a deal. Like I said before, they playing with house money. I mean, they can continue the course with a young core. They can go, expedite the process and go get a big name. It's all pretty much what you think some of these young assets are going to do. Sometimes you can hold on to young assets and hoping they develop and they never do. Sometimes you see guys, pass on young assets and they turn out to be a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. You know what I'm saying? And they turn out to be a really young and good, picks. I mean, the Lakers got rid of Ingram. He was an all-star in New Orleans. The Mavericks didn't sign Jalen Brunson to what was a team-friendly deal. He grew on to be the star of New York, in the Big Apple. So sometimes you can be, you can pass on young talent. Get rid of young talent. Chris Middleton in Detroit, you know what I'm saying? And they go somewhere else, and you just lost patience. Bruce Brown, I ain't saying he was a superstar, all-star talent, but it sounded like Troy traded him because he didn't show up to a voluntary workout. That's what he said a couple years ago on the podcast. So you got, I think a lot of us don't take the human element of sports and look at the human element. A lot of these dudes in business, they can't separate how they feel, their emotions, from business. So a lot of these dudes, they trade guys based on they don't like what they did. If I'm trading somebody based on one decision they made, it's not a major decision they made or a major mishap, I think I failed as a human. It's cold coming up. I think I failed as a human. You know what I'm saying? So Kenyon Martin Jr., like I said, I would like to see them bring in more of a pure shooter, if anything, but athletic, can run, can defend. Not short, and he on last year his deal. So he could be a throw-in in a New Orleans trade or another trade for an expiring contract. So he actually can get moved again, unless it's some type of rule. But You know, if the Pistons wanted to keep him, he kind of fit a couple guys they already got. Ashore Thompson, Ashar Thompson, Ron Hollins. He kind of in that mode, rangy, defend, multi, you know, position defender. I mean, also, if he can shoot the ball consistently, athletic too. He can shoot the ball consistently. You could probably keep him around. Truth be told, you probably want to keep a guy around. He started 7 games this season out of 24. They had a lot of injuries in Philly, but he got a couple guys that remind you of him. Ryan, Asar, kind of remind you of him. So, a lot of people say don't trade the core. Or, I think you got to start to question is Asar Thompson gonna start shooting the ball better? His jump shot just look nasty. Ron Hollins don't give a hell. Ron Hollins gonna shoot that bitch. Excuse my language. I like that. I was at the game when they played the Sun. Like, no, he hit that shit. So he ain't hesitating. If Ron open, Ron gonna shoot that bitch. I ain't mad at it. Ron open, he gonna shoot it with confidence. I like that. But Ken Martin Jr., yeah, his dad. I mean, I like his dad when he was at Cincinnati. High energy guy. A man's man. That's what we like about Ken Martin. Hear him talk. They do a lot of goofy takes on Gil's Arena. And I think that's just for the aesthetics of the show and the shock value. But, Ken Martin is a dude you pop a brew with, man. And straight, solid dude. You can tell he's a solid dude. Solid dude. I think Ken Martin Jr. lucky to have a pops like him. He's a man's man. Ain't too many of them around in this generation no more. So, but yeah, man, I love to have him in the family. Like I said, he fit the mold with the couple guys they got. Multi-defend 4, 3, 2, 1. Can run, get up and down the court, starting to shoot the ball better. Rebounder, high flyer. I mean, yeah, So, they got a bunch of guys that can defend. That's what I like about the Pistons. Durant is starting to play at a high level. He's starting to play at the elite level. Tobias can defend. He don't get no credit for securing that 4 position. Tim Hardaway can defend. Beasley can defend. Cade is playing at a high level defensively. Thompson and Hollins, what they can do defensively. Sasser could defend. Stewart is defending at a high level. They just need somebody that can score the basketball. If they can come in and defend and score and shoot it, that's just a plus. So they add Ken Martin Jr., another defensive guy. So I love it. So, hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Check out my other platforms, Goodfella TV, Free Game 89, all that's in there. Check the link in those descriptions. Enjoy my Patreon. I appreciate y'all. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Peace.